That is Symbia Infinite Plane. This is 1/22/2024. This is the IPS afternoon deprogram. I tried to make it for the morning, but I was on with John LeBon, which I think many of you will be very interested to hear. It was my third appearance on the Bonversations podcast. Hour one will be public. Hour two actually ended up becoming almost 2 hours of off the record kind of we are able to cover a lot more content on the second hour, which will be available for all of you who are Patreon supporters or members at infiniteplanesociety.com. You won't miss that, and the first hour will be free, of course, although you'll want to get both, and that's going to be available, I believe, probably later on today. He's in Bulgaria, and I believe it's like an hour ahead of us. I'm sorry, 8 hours ahead of us here. But he said he's going to stay up tonight, and he's going to do an edit on it. And the Bonversation podcasts are always very polished. He takes a great deal of care to create the highest quality content, which is another bonus. So if you want to listen to that conversation, I'll post a link in the newsletter so none of you miss it. We're joined here by Michael Cervantes, Rocco Calzone, Adaptivia, Portal Complex, who was a first-time caller last night. And I haven't had a chance yet to archive from the last 2 days, but we will. We'll get there. It's been a very busy week, and it's only Monday. Okay, well, one big thing, a major topic that has cropped up in the last 24 hours. I mean, we've been talking about this forever. The predictive programming for the JFKing of Donald Trump. Yep, the reason why he's worshipped as Christ and as JFK, weirdly enough, is because they're going to headshot him. It's in the predictive programming. Spoiler alert. At no point do the metascriptors deviate from the program. And it's not like they're telling us what they're going to do. Quite the opposite. They're telling us what they're going to fake. They're conditioning us to accept the fake as real when it, quote, happens. Now, interestingly, this very subject of mass media deconstruction, autohoaxology, going through the various indicators of a hoax, the symbolism, we do this all the time. We here on the fringe of the fringe, the cutting fringe. However, this specific topic of Donald Trump being the subject of an assassination in the predictive programming is being talked about loudly by none other than former Project Veritas journalist Laura Loomer, one of my favorite trolls. So Laura Loomer is out here talking about how a magazine published by the son of George Soros is being used to threaten Trump. And for example, Laura Loomer posts in all caps, analysis of an assassination threat against Trump by Alex Soros, son of Democrat Party mega donor George Soros. So what they're doing here is they're sowing the seeds because the predictive programming is there. And this isn't the only example. And this example is from The Atlantic. In The Atlantic, there's an image of a bullet hole through some glass and a wad of cash that adds up to $47. Well, Laura Loomer has been decoding it like an auto hoaxer, weirdly enough. And she says, look, the $10 bills, the $20 bills all have a 4 and a 5 on them. It makes a 4-5. Trump is president 4-5. Adds to $47. She's doing hardcore symbol deconstruction. And truthers are like, yep, they're going to do it. They're going to shoot Trump. There's a plot here. This is a threat. You actually have Laura Loomer here showing this. Look, a bullet hole through a broken car glass and $47. Alexander Soros is inciting violence. Yeah, Alex Soros is inciting violence against Trump, according to Laura Loomer. She has even alerted Elon Musk to this. She's gone on to say, at Elon Musk, are you allowing this threat to be on your platform? Now, the post from The Atlantic is basically this. Bullet hole, $47 in cash. Alex Soros. Last year, crime and inflation evaporated. So did the leading theories about what caused them. So she has taken this innocuous article and it suggested that he is indeed threatening violence. Laura Loomer, who has tons of followers, we're talking high level propagandists on the alt right, this is concerning. Alexander Soros is using X to incite an assassination of President Trump, and he's going to offer a bounty for it. He should be banned for this, she says to Elon Musk. What do you mean the bounty? $47, that's it. But she's telling Elon Musk, hey, this is predictive programming. No, this is a hint. This is a threat. Well, how come Laura Loomer isn't looking at 40 plus years of predictive programming for this? Why not show him, hey, look, in Back to the Future, Biff Tannen, who's based on Donald Trump, is going to get killed. You see, predictive programming goes back much further. It isn't just this, for this particular event. We've been talking about threats, not threats, but about the upcoming faked shooting of Trump. Now, a lot of people agree with her. They agree with her assessment that this is a quote threat. And what I want to reiterate for all the truthers out there, because this is classic guardrailing, this is not inciting violence. This is preparing the viewers at home for the big show to come. And the big show is going to be fake. This is guard railing. It's guiding and steering the narrative away from the fact that predictive programming is preconditioning for media fakery. One more time. Predictive programming is preconditioning for future media fakery, not real events. I mean, that would be silly. Hey guys, let's advertise our crime in advance on mainstream publications and then do it. No, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't work like that. When, not if, when they fake shoot Trump, they want you, especially the truthers out there, to think it's real. Because this is going to be the next 9/11. And like 9/11, this is scripted in advance. So you may as well decide right now. Right now, are you going to believe it when it happens? When they fake shoot Trump, is there anybody here who thinks it's real? Is it real or not? You can decide right now because it's already written. It's fake, I'm telling you. It's scripted in advance. But if you believe it's real, you are going to be drafted, conscripted into another one of these MK Ultra alternate reality games. And all of these alt media operatives like Laura Loomer are there to keep you from exiting the world stage. They're putting this information out there so you interpret this as, oh, it was done by George Soros. George Soros was in the book depository. They're going to have many explanations to hide the fact that it's fake. And the reason why Laura Loomer is on this, it's because they want to steer perception. Let me go through some comments. We says, in my opinion, putting this shot crap out there is carrying water by putting the idea into people's heads. Well, your opinion's wrong because predictive programming never precedes something real. And whether or not I'm talking about it has no bearing on it. You can't blame me for Trump getting fake shot or real shot. But so I 100% disagree. But I'm not a believer in mainstream media. And by that rationale, if you believe that just talking about it puts it in people's heads and is going to make it more likely, then you're essentially making the case for stochastic violence. And I think stochastic violence is a hoax. That's when they say, oh, if these people keep saying this stuff, it's going to put it out there and it will happen. Well, you know what that does? It feeds into the idea that there are mind viruses that we need to censor because there are people out there who can't think for themselves who will become radicalized by it. So the idea of stochastic violence is a way of saying we need to tone down free speech. Trump has often been accused of inciting violence in this way. So if you're accusing me of engaging in stochastic terrorism, by putting it out there, then I would say that you're on the same side as the mainstream media that wants people to be afraid of ideas being discussed honestly. So I will not stop talking about this. And what's more, the reality isn't create reality.